Is my hair too big? I feel like I don't fit in the frame. Lord, y'all, it's been so long since I'm talking to y'all. I about forgot how to even start. Okay. Let's address the elephant in the room. So much hair, it can't even fit into the screen. Am I mad at it? Absolutely not. Honestly though, I really don't know where to start. It's been so long and I have not pulled out a camera. I had to think for a good hot second where my cameras and chargers and batteries were even located. Don't get me started with a tripod because that ain't happening. You're on a gallon of paint, some books, a box of puzzles, another book. Cody would probably have about 5 cows if he walked in and seen the way I got this camera set up, since seeing as how he's doing it. Bought this lens many Christmases ago for me. Anyway, besides the point, y'all, we got an agenda. We got so much we got to get through. From January to May, because now it's June, even though when I'm filming this it's not, so it's kind of confusing. But we got a lot to get through, a lot of footage, a lot of talking. I don't want to waste y'all's time. Y'all better go ahead and have you a snack. We both know this is going to be long. Okay, 1, I'm long-winded. 2, we got a lot to cover, so let's just go ahead and do that. Before I do jump in, thank y'all so much for holding it down, for checking in on us, for loving us, supporting us on other platforms. I love y'all so much. So appreciative for y'all. If you do follow me on other platforms, and you know we didn't stop posting for any particular reason. Life just happened and it's just been a lot easier for me to create like short content than long content. I know YouTube has rolled out like minute shorts or whatever, but do you know how hard it is for me to consolidate something into a minute? I normally create like 1.5, 2-minute videos, and most of the time they're on TikTok, some's on Instagram. I'm really loving the TikTok platform right now. YouTube's probably going to want to kick me off of here for saying that. Anyway, if you want to know where to find me pretty much daily, go over to one of them. I'm mostly on those daily. But here on YouTube, my plan is to continue to post quarterly. So about 4 times a year is the plan. Sometimes more, we'll just see. And I've been really liking this style of video that I've done. I started doing this last fall, I think, last summer sometime. So let's just roll into January. Shortly after Christmas, we decided that this year was going to be chicken coop year. BDC is what we've called it. I've been sharing the process over on Instagram. It has been a total thing. So in January, we made the decision, you know, which chickens we wanted. We ordered them. Did not know they sent chickens through the mail. This has been a whole process that has just like blown my mind from beginning to now. We did end up finding somebody here locally that was getting rid of like a outdoor storage building, and we decided to turn into the chicken coop. We did pick that up around this time, and that was a whole ordeal. I wish so bad that I would have filmed that process, because me and Cody trying to load this thing up with the kids in the back of the truck. I think they were watching our phones or an iPad or something, but it was a hot mess. Also in January, I actually kind of like started my TikTok journey. I had been watching it for months, and then finally decided, you know what, I think I'm just going to start kind of like full-time posting on there. So I started uploading on there. I am going to be putting like some of my TikTok videos throughout this video in case you don't follow me on TikTok, because it's pretty much like the same content that I've posted here on YouTube before, in just like short bursts, if you will. And one of those videos are my backwards heatless curl method. I am obsessed with this method. Obviously my hair is just naturally curly right now. When it is blown out straight, a lot of you have messaged me and said that this worked wonders for you. So in case you haven't seen it, here it is. I'm gonna give this another shot. Just did my skincare, so I'm glowing like a glazed donut. I've tried this thing a couple times now at this point, and I can't get the results that I want or that I see. I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna give it one more shot. This time, I'm still gonna try it backwards. I see a lot of girls saying to dampen your hair. I can't dampen my hair. I have naturally curly hair, and if I dampen her, she will coil back up into her naturalness. I have some of this Shampure Aveda Thermal Dry Conditioner. It is still a wet consistency. You can see it shining in my hand, but it's not like wet. God, it smells so good. Wet, wet. I think I might be able to use this. Best results when you put this in, you can, you know, heat style it after to kind of like, I guess, seal in, blow dry, I would assume. I will say this was way more comfortable to sleep in than the opposite way. Just clip the opposite side that we're going to be working on. Tuck and pull, and add in more hair to that. Smooth her out, tuck and pull, and we're gonna do that all the way around. If anything, it will just help keep the curl that I already got, hopefully. Will say I really like how snug this is when I'm done. It's not loose at all. Is this obnoxious? Absolutely. Maybe I've created magic. I don't know. We'll have to see in the morning. I'll slap this on over it, get in the bed, and I'll show y'all how it turned out in the morning. That's one of my favorite things that I have discovered. I didn't come up with it. I've seen somebody else do it. But I did do the dry conditioner. That was my idea. So I'll take credit for that. Lastly, in January, I ended up deciding to get a new Bible. I wanted something that I could write in my Bible where I could have like more me and God time within my Bible. So I did a lot of research and ended up getting this Bible. I love it. I've shown it a lot and I always get questions about it. It is the Christian Standard Bible and it is from Hosanna Revival. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. Hosanna Revival. I actually ordered it, I think, from Lifeway because I was able to use like a 20% off discount code or something. And then I got my Bible tabs from the Daily Grace Co. Oh my gosh, they have so many cute like Bible accessories, but they also have a lot of Bible studies and devotional type things. I really love that small business. I would highly recommend all those things I just said. I will have everything that I can linked below. That's going to be a lot because I'm covering a lot in this video, but I have everything down below in the description box in case you're interested in anything. Bible highlighters, Bible, all the things. Now, February. This is when, I don't know, something about after Christmas, after January, I'm looking at my house and I'm like, some things have got to change. Now, if y'all were here last year, then you know that I started redoing the entryway. I got this big black cabinet and I was like, I think this is going to be it. I thought it was going to be it, but I will tell you I wasn't completely satisfied when I got it. I love the cabinet. I'm looking at it here now, which only means that if you know kind of this layout of my house, then you know this is not the entryway. Which means I had to get something else for the entryway. I could not find anything that I liked, so we decided to build something, and that's where this whole plan came into play. So I started doing some research, figuring some things out. This is when all of the stuff kind of started happening as far as like home things. Because then we started doing not only things in the house, but outside of the house. In preparation for the chickens coming, we needed to get the coop ready for them, hen house, whatever y'all call it. But not only that, but we had to get the yard prepped. So first thing was cutting some trees down to make some room in our backyard for the hen house. The kids loved watching this process. It made my stomach turn over because homeboy was up there on that tree and he had them young boys down on the ground just moving stuff, and I was just like, my nerves was shattered. Speaking of the kids, this is around the time that sis decided she wanted to start drawing people, and y'all, the first day that she did this, it shook me, okay? I was like, who taught you how to draw people? Me and her kind of draw and doodle all the time, but really it was only ever doodles, and it was like this happened overnight and I cried sitting there watching her do this. Also within February, I began sharing some more of my recipes. Y'all know I've always kind of shared some food content here and there, but I wanted to start sharing some recipes that our family like really love. I'm going to share a skillet meal and also a little sweet treat that you can make after. I've been making this recipe for the past few weeks. No idea how I created this. It has quickly become a weekly staple and I have got to share it. Now to an extra large skillet or a Dutch oven or a big pot, whatever you got, we're going to cook up a pound of meat. Now, pork, or you want to do ground turkey or ground chicken, ground beef, whatever you want to do, cook that up. Once it starts to brown up some, I'm going to add in half an onion and 2 bell peppers. If you want it extra crunchy, then once the meat's already brown, if you want it extra soft, add it in at the same time. This time I did ground sausage, so we already know that meat's going to have a little bit of seasoning to it, so I'm going to make sure I test taste before I go to add anything in it. Let it's finishing up cooking. I'm going to go ahead and prep this rice so you could cook some rice. But I am limited time, so we're just going to do microwave rice. These have cooked down. My meat is good and cooked and brown. Tried so many different variations of sauce combinations. I also do not measure this, so measure with your heart, your eyes, your belly. This is totally customizable to you and your family. We're going to pour it in. I want a kick. There's no kick in that. So we're going to add some sweet chili sauce. This one's my fave. A little Italian seasoning. I love to keep chopped frozen spinach in my freezer. Very convenient because I feel like anytime I buy fresh, it always ends up old moldy in my refrigerator. Easily some of the best dishes I've ever made are my random, no thought, thrown together meals. Yes. If you end up making this or some variation of this for your family, please let me know. What am I doing at 11:30 at night? Making cakes so that my husband can take them to work. Making the better than anything cake. If you've never had it, watch this so you can make it. Just follow the instructions on the back of a Devil's Food cake box. Make that according to whatever you're making. I did 2 8x8s. Take the cake out. You're just gonna poke holes in it using the bottom of a wooden spoon. I do not have a round bottom of a wooden spoon, so I'm just spinning this regular spoon. Can of sweetened condensed milk. If you were making just 1 9x13, you would just pour this all over it, but because I'm doing 2, I'm gonna do half and half. 16-ounce container of caramel sauce. Drizzle that across the top still while it's hot after taking it out. This is a 20, so I'm just gonna kind of like eyeball this. Heat. These are the toffee bits. You like to sprinkle a little thin layer because I feel like the heat from the cake melts this down a little bit, so it makes like a nice little like crunchy layer. I don't know how to explain it. I do like to save some to put on the top once it's done. Now you want to let this cool, ideally like 2 hours in the refrigerator. I don't have that. We're gonna pop her in the freezer. Ready for bed. So let's frost these. It's got a big old tub of Cool Whip. Spread this across the top. I'm going to store these in the fridge, so they should be good for my husband to take to work in the morning, which is actually in a few hours anyway. Top it with your extra heat pieces. It's freaking delicious, so try it and then let me know. And that brings us to the chicken's arrival. I was so nervous about this. I don't know why. I guess I was on high alert trying to make sure I kept these things alive. Things that I ain't never had or raised ever in my life. But they came and they were freaking adorable.
Aww. It's really cute.
You're really cute.
Hey.
You can watch them, okay? But you don't have to be on the box. You're doing good. It took some adjusting, not gonna lie, trying to get our rhythm and figuring everything out, but now we have moved into March. March was around the time that we started going to the library weekly, and the kids love it. I am still trying to figure out the whole homeschooling situation and what that's going to look like for us. It has been so fun and so good for us to get out and be around other moms and kids, and just getting to experience, you know, life with their little peers and stuff. So we've really been enjoying doing that. Projects around here do not get done like in a day or even in a weekend. These are things that happen over a big span of time. So now at this point I've started playing with stains for the entryway table, and I know you're probably thinking, but I thought you only planned it. I did plan it, but along the way I started getting some things and figuring some things out, and I'm going to show you all of that in its entirety. It is actually done, but I have not filmed it completed because we're going to paint the living room, so you're just gonna have to wait for that. But at this point I started playing around with stains and trying to figure things out. Y'all, this thing was a beast to stain. Can I tell you, this was the whole saga of the entryway table because I used like 3 different woods. Don't recommend, to put this together. I had to channel my hairstylist color mixing brain and figure out what colors I needed in my stains to neutralize other undertones of wood. And y'all, it was a whole beast. So I'll share that whenever I share the entryway table, the whole living room makeover situation. I want to do a video of nothing but like home updates, stuff like that. I feel like y'all might enjoy that because I know y'all like home content, so let me know down below if you think that's something you want to see, and if it is, please comment exactly like what you want to see so I kind of have an idea. I've always been a Pinterest girly, and I have Pinterest boards out of the wazoo, one of them being like outfit inspiration. So I started doing TikTok videos of different Pinterest inspired outfits where I find photos on Pinterest of an outfit that I like and I take inspiration from it and I recreate it. Seeing this outfit on Pinterest and I want to recreate it. The only cropped graphic tee I have is in the dirty clothes. We're just gonna see how this goes. I have this graphic tee from Walmart a couple years ago. These American Eagle pants I found at Marshall's on the clearance rack for $16. First, let me put on an actual bra because I will wear a sports bra all day long. I promise I'm gonna fix my hair, okay? I literally just woke right up, came in, done my skincare, done my teeth, and here I am. The 90s boot cut style, if you're wondering. Suck them hips in. They're already loosening up. As they said, If you don't put jeans on, baby, you don't feel my pain. She was right. Keychain actually has elastic in it. It's from Walmart. It was like $2 or $3. Bobble bar from Shein. This is another bobble bar. It's from Bobble Bar, and it has my kids' names on it. Y'all have a beautiful and blessed day. Now, when I'm not putting these Pinterest outfits together, trying to be cute and feel better about myself and not being in comfortable pajama-like clothes all day, then I'm most likely in athleisure and I'm outside sweating like a bull because we have been working so hard in this backyard. In March is when all of the garden work started happening, and y'all, this was a undertaking. We have been doing a garden for the past few years, but we've never done it in our backyard. We have like an extension way back in the back of our property that we've been doing it in for years. But I've always told Cody, if you put it back there, I'm not helping. And he knows it. It ain't like he goes in blind and he just thinks he's gonna have help and he doesn't, because he knows. I'm terrified to go back there, especially by myself, near water, and we've got snakes, we got all kinds of raccoons, foxes, probably gators, all the things. So I don't tend to go back there by myself, and I'm really not going back there with me and just the kids. We ended up deciding to put the garden this year in our backyard, so that took a lot of work of prepping everything, deciding how we want everything to look and be laid out, a whole ordeal. Towards the end of March, I know I've talked about TikTok a lot, but at this point I went viral on TikTok and it shook me. I still cannot get over it at this point. This video in particular was around 4 million views. It is almost at 10 million today. My TikTok channel, are they called channels? I don't even know what it's called, platform, whatever, kind of like doubled in follower size. It was amazing to watch. Like, you see things go viral all the time, but in my time on social media, I've been posting on YouTube full-time since May of 2016. If you want to get technical with it, I've been posting since November of 2015. I had never had anything go viral to this degree. Like, I had a pretty good baby mama dance video that kind of went semi-viral. We all remember the keto video that went viral. I still say semi-viral for that because I've never had anything to hit 1 million views, and this has almost hit 10 million views on my smallest platform. So it blew my mind, and what blew my mind even more was because I have been praying to God, trying to figure out my place in social media and where I want to take my platforms, and I have talked to him about going viral and, you know, growing at a fast pace, because I have been so thankful that that hasn't happened, because most of the time when things of that nature happen, people that don't know you, people that don't understand you, that have been watching you, are now watching you because you've gone viral, and a lot of negativity can come with those types of things. You will be shocked to know I have not gotten one single negative comment on that video. Now, comments are getting away from me, but every time I go check, there's nothing negative. There's nobody fighting, there's nobody arguing, there's nobody doing anything. It is so amazing to me. I don't think I've ever seen any viral video without some kind of negative something in the comments. Maybe it's just the topic of the video. I'm gonna show you the video here.
Don't act like you forgot. I called a shot. Like blah, blah, blah.
But it just blows my mind because, like I said, I prayed about it and I was like, God, I don't want any negative, I don't want any drama, no negative vibes at all from anything. So I'm just going to let you take the wheel on all of these platforms and we're going to figure this thing out. So it was just mind-blowing to me. Such a blessing that nothing negative came from it. And then we moved into my birthday month, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, was it a doozy. So started off strong. My birthday is April 1st. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. Y'all come and found me on other platforms, or you wished me happy birthday on old videos. So I appreciate that. So I thought, you know, April was going to be great. I was actually, this video was planned to have been posted in April. But shortly after my birthday, which I'm going to show just a few little birthday clips here and there and some pictures.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Dear mommy. Happy birthday to you. Yay!
spend it with my two sister-in-laws, Cody's sisters. Loved every flipping minute of it. I love that we have like formed this bond. I just feel so blessed that my kids get to have aunts, you know, like it's just so nice for your kids to have family and to get to grow up with family. So I'm just super grateful for them. That was on the 1st, April 1st. And then the very next day, Cody woke up complaining. His stomach didn't feel all that great. And I'm like, okay. And then shortly after that, Meal started acting funny. And I was like, no. What is going on? So right before my birthday, we went kind of back home for one of my friend's 30th surprise birthday party. And something happened. I have yet to figure out if we got sick from that. And I'm not even going to say we, because I didn't get sick. And maybe it was because I was pushing through and trying my best to take care of everybody else. I don't know. There was a few days where I didn't feel 100%, but I couldn't let it show. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to like push through. But Cody was the first. He did end up needing to just a couple times that morning, and he was good. I say he was good very loosely because he was laying. We had to like quarantine him off, and then Sis was sick the longest. I don't know what was going on with her. Talked to her doctor and she was like, it's probably viral. We're just gonna let it run its course. But I'm like, at this point, I'm like, is she ever gonna get over this? Biggie ended up getting sick, but it was not to the extreme of her. Maybe like a day or two. It just seemed like it was never ending. We don't get sick hardly ever. And my kids really don't ever get sick. So when they do, it's just like, oh my gosh. So that was a lot, and it was probably for like a week and a half, I think. So that felt like it just ate up all of April to me. Then finally, after we get over with that, Cody's like, what do you want for your birthday? I mean, at this point, my birthday's already passed. But I had asked for a screen door. So we started like looking and researching and planning all those things. And put the order in for that. And then started back up with doing garden stuff. Cody had been working so much prior to this. He ended up having like a week and a half or something off. But that all happened in the time that everybody was sick. So in that time we were supposed to complete like our garden plans, working on the chicken coop, all these things. Everything got pushed back. So now here we are, middle of April, trying to pick back up where we left off. But now of course he's going back to work, so we don't have as much time off. And now it's Easter. I still don't think they were like 100%. Ella still had like a lingering cough when he was like getting around and moving and running and doing too much. But other than that, they were fine. So they did get to enjoy their Easter a little bit. And I don't know what it is about April, but this is when we start doing like our little golf cart rides around the neighborhood. They love it, and it is mind-blowing to me that I used to ride them around as little itty-bitty babies strapped to my chest, and now they are sitting next to me in the seat, just being these little grown-ups. And it kind of like breaks my heart, but also makes me my heart swell and just radiate all the love. Just watching them, especially watching them bond and seeing them become these little best friends, is just so fulfilling for me. Now we're gonna jump to one of my TikTok videos, because something that I get asked kind of often are my coffee orders when I go out. So I've shared my Dunkin' order, and I want to share it here so y'all can keep note of it. Good morning.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not know.
Morning. Wanted to share my favorite Dunkin' order. I am a large girl now, or a medium girl for many years, but 2 kids cause you to go large. Get an iced coffee. You can get an iced latte if you want it a little stronger. And I get 5 cream, 4 liquid sugars. That's important when getting iced. And 2 pumps of caramel. If you don't like caramel, try vanilla, but in my opinion, it's disgusting and I wouldn't try it. I really like mine light and sweet, pretty much the same color as my skin, and I can tell when they hand it to me if it's wrong or not.
But y'all have a good day.
Also on this day, we were heading home to get our tribal enrollment cards updated. Y'all, mine was inactive because unless you're from back home and you kind of know the whole system of things, mine was still an old laminated piece of paper from I don't even know how many chairmans ago, but it was from when I was born, so like in the 90s, and I hadn't had an updated one. Cody even had an updated one. But not me. You'd have to know us to understand why that's kind of crazy for him to have an updated one and not me to have one. So we finally went and done it. I have put this off and put this off because not only did I need to like completely update mine, but we had to create them for our kids. They've never had one. There was like a point when I was pregnant with Alice, we were going to go, but I was like, you know what, what's the point? I'm gonna have to bring him back to get his done, so we'll just wait. So we did that. They did so good for their pictures. We got to go around and talk to a lot of people that we knew, and we took some pictures with people. It was a great experience. A lengthy one, but a great experience. At this point, everything has been planted in the garden. I think at this point, all the seeds, things are starting to sprout up and grow. We're starting to see all of our labor just like pay off for us. If you thought the craziness of April was over, you were wrong, because now at this point, I have gotten food poisoning. I wish I was making this up, but I have never in my life, I don't understand how all this happened. I'm not used to this. Now, I say that, but growing up, I was sick all the time, and I guess I just got over it and expected it. But then, somehow, I stopped getting sick. Maybe my immune system just finally kicked in, but I haven't got sick in years. And then, here I am, I make it out of getting sick from y'all. At least I think I did. I mean, I probably was, but like I said, I was trying to hold on for dear life. I have never in my life had food poisoning. I don't wish it on my worst enemy because, y'all, I was sick as a dog pregnant with both of these young'uns. And I threw up almost daily, sometimes multiple times a day. But it was never to the extreme that it was when I had food poisoning. I cannot put it into words. It was so bad. I don't even understand how. And it was because of broccoli. I haven't been able to eat a piece of it since. I just cannot wrap my head around it. Cody, I thought he was going to throw me in the vehicle and take me to the emergency room. He was so concerned because the worst of it, he was at work that night. So I was here. It started around, I think, 12 in the morning, and it was every 2 hours. And it was at least 5 to 8 times every time. It was so bad. It was so bad. Mama took off work and had to come. She was with the kids because Cody's at work. He comes in, he hasn't slept, so he slept for like a couple hours, and he gets up to try to help, and then, oh my gosh, it was so bad. I was down for the count for a hot minute. But then, of course, I have to rally up because now Alice had a doctor's appointment that had been planned, and we had already missed one, so I'm like, okay, well, I got to pick it up. And I was shocked because that morning I accidentally grabbed, and I think I have on the same shirt, but I accidentally grabbed the wrong pair of jeans, a pair of jeans that like are not comfortable to sit in. I accidentally grabbed those and put them on, wasn't paying attention until we got to the doctor's office, and I stood up out of the truck and looked down and said, these are them too tight pants. They weren't too tight. That just proved how much I had threw my guts up. I had to record it because I was shocked. Finishing out April because, like I said, I had to rally together and start helping some more. We're still working on the chicken coop. Still working on this chicken coop. It's getting worked on. And at this point, the chickens are growing like a weed. And now we're in May. My birthday present got delivered. We had some issues with trying to get it installed. So we ended up hiring somebody to get it installed for us. So that was less that we had to worry about, and we could focus on all the other projects that we have going on all the time. But that kind of like sent me in a stir of like wanting to update things at the front door. So I did all of that, starting with painting the front door. And you can see that here. It is front door painting day. We are going with tricorn black. It's gonna be a great compliment to the black storm door that we have. Let's get to painting, shall we? I think I'm actually going to first start off with painting the part where like the lock is. Chance to dry before I need to close it later on this evening. What was I thinking? Luckily, I had some more from another project. Fine time to ask, but can y'all even see me through this screen? This rolling brush ain't worth 2 cents. $50 minutes, 57 seconds. Okay. This door is sexy. Ever seen a sexy door? I loathe this glass gold situation. I feel like the black is making me tolerate it better. She needs a wreath now. And then I felt like I needed to decorate, so you can see that here. My sister-in-law got me a Hobby Lobby gift card for my birthday, and I finally got a chance to spend it. We've been following along, kind of been doing like a whole front door makeover. I got this little planter that I've had up here forever. Clearly it's covered in pollen and needs to be cleaned. To put something like this inside. Also got a few other pieces of greenery. I got a piece of foam to stick inside of there to keep it all sturdy. Rug combo has been up here for I don't know how long. I mean, it looks good considering all that it's been through, but I needed a change. The porch needs to be badly pressure washed, but that's not happening right now. I love that. It's so cute. I leave this centered or do I push it back? Leave it for now. See what I'm feeling. That was perfect. I don't think that looks half bad. I need to put some bricks in this to keep it from blowing over. And then last but not least, I seen this thing on Pinterest. You'll see. Instantly fell in love with these house number planters, but did not fall in love with these prices. So I went off to Lowe's, got me some wood, and went to work. I ended up paying $13 for this piece here. I will put all of the measurements at the end of this so that if you want to make one of these yourself, you totally can. I was so freaking proud. Honestly, though, I don't know who was more proud of me or my husband. He supervised the whole project, and man, this was the first thing that I've ever done like pretty much 85% of the work by myself. Clearly excited. After I did all the cuts, I painted it with Sherwin-Williams tricorn black, did some wood glue, and stapled everything together. I was so dang excited at this point. My numbers from Amazon came in. I went with the 5-inch, and I really wanted those like floating numbers. This was the brushed nickel, so I did end up using some rub and buff to paint, and while I painted, my husband did cut me some styrofoam pieces so that I can put that inside, because I had zero plans of using real plants. Now, if you're going to use real plants, you're going to need to drill some holes in the bottom to allow some drainage, but like I said, not doing that. I am blurring out the numbers for privacy reasons, but you have to trust me that antique gold on this black is a vibe. Finally chilling out with all of the door projects, all those things, and have moved into planning Disney trips. I do not stop. I don't know why I do this to myself. I'm always all over the place. There is never any downtime. I don't know what downtime is, but I started planning that, of course, and it's like Pinterest knows. It knows because it starts showing me stuff, and I'm like, Megan, we need to plan. We gotta plan a trip. By the way, Megan is our Disney travel agent. I love her. I will put her down below in the description box too. Totally free. She gets paid from Disney a commission based off of what you end up booking, but her services are totally free to you. Did not know that, like back in the day when I was booking Disney trips. So the last few of our trips have been booked through her. I love her. If I have any questions about anything, I ask her. She helps book all my dining stuff. She helps me book the park reservations, which you won't have to do next year anyway. But I just love her. She's one of my friends now, and she's great. She's so knowledgeable about Disney stuff, and she's just super helpful. So we have some trips, plural. planned for this year. Never done 2 in a year, and I'm shook and so excited. But y'all know who's even more excited? Meals. And I want to cry just thinking about it. Every single day she has to go to the castle and ride the boat, because we've stayed at the hotel that she can ride the boat over to Magic Kingdom. So she's so excited, and we are so excited to take her. Cody said, Meals, you're going to be asked so much to go that when we do go, I don't know if you're going to be excited. And I'm like, come on. Are you for real? She is going to be so freaking excited when we go. I can hardly wait. And that's mainly why we booked 2, because we realized how far out one of the main one was. So we ended up booking another one. But they have like a deal for the summer. So we're like utilizing that, like, I think it's 25% off or something. This trip, our first trip is going to be like super like small. I say that in comparison to our big holiday trip. You'll see. I'm gonna video stuff. Cody's birthday happens in May, and he also turns 32.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
To you. Happy birthday, dear Daddy. Happy birthday to you.
Big 32.
Which then also leads us into Mother's Day. I think the year that he was born, his birthday actually fell on Mother's Day. And one year that we've been together, it fell on Mother's Day. Got to spend Mother's Day with my mama, and we cooked, we shopped, we had the best time laughing and talking like normal. And we also got to film this video here. I was sent this perfect eyebrows in seconds kit. Me and my mumsy here. Y'all think I ain't got eyebrows? Y'all can't even see them, can you? Non-existent. These are stencils with pomade and little brushes. Doing 3 for mama. That's above your eyebrow. I can't tell. I can't. Don't be scared. There you go. Okay, that looks really good. Start towards your end, because that's where you're most. Here? Yes.
I feel like I'm beating myself
Well,
up.
then at least it'll be darker.
Where's myself every time? Don't worry about it.
There you go. And that's where your tail needs to be. I think they look good. It looks natural. I really like this stuff. I think it's easy. I would recommend it. I like it. She is a nut. I cannot wait to film some more with her. It's so hard for me to pull out a camera when she's here, because we're so in the moment. We're enjoying, you know, the kids, enjoying each other's company. So I struggle with trying to remember to even film anything when she's here. And I know that y'all love like our old school stuff. I'm hoping to try to get some done, especially around like the holiday season. I want to do something with her, like for fall and Christmas, because y'all know this channel is its best during the holidays, and I want to continue on with that. Another home project. This one has been in the works for probably a year. I know in this video I say like 6 months or 7 months or whatever the time frames that I'm saying, but I started thinking about it after I filmed and recorded this voiceover. I think it was longer. As far as like the time that it looked bad and the time that I just let it sit, it was a while, but finally redid this table that I'm sitting at, and now you're going to see that. I don't think I've ever dreaded completing a project as much as I have our kitchen table. A little over 6 years ago, I did a YouTube video on transforming this table that we found on Craigslist. It looked great for a long time until it didn't. For the last year, it looked horrible, and then last fall, I decided to strip the top of it, and it looked like that for the last 7 months. Until today, we're finally tackling it. Now we're trying to take her back down to bare bones. Pretty sure the whole table is pine. Did a little sample area of the stripper on the top, and it actually did work pretty good, so I went ahead and slapped that up there. Here's the stripper I used. I found this at Lowe's. And put it on the base, so we'll see. I'm going to leave that sitting for more than 15 minutes. 15 minutes on the bottle, but we're definitely going to do probably like 30. Disgusting, yet satisfying. And did the top. I did this with 120. I do have 220 to go on it. I do still think I want to go over it with 80. I'm going to test out this weathered oak stain on a corner. I ended up testing classic gray to the left and then weathered oak to the right. They kind of mixed in the middle. I texted this picture to 2 of my friends. Neither one of them was available to text me back at the moment, so I made the executive decision to just apply both of them. The next day, after the stain was dry, I went in with my polyacrylic. You have to sand that first layer, and then I added 2 more layers. Now let me remind you of what a hot mess we started with this table and how it ended up turning out. I cannot tell you how many times I have walked over to it and touched it. Remind me again why I waited so long to complete this. I wish so bad that I had done that even sooner than what I did. I'm obsessed with it. I look at it every day, multiple times a day. I love it so much. I'm just so happy to have 2 projects done in the house that have took months upon months to complete. 2 things for the kids here. Mills learned a snippet of the song Jolene. I'm gonna put it here so y'all can hear her singing it. You won't get to see her face, but you'll get to hear her singing it. I love Dolly Parton. It's very rare that they ever hear like any, like, I guess you would call them secular songs. But they hear like kids songs, like preschool kind of songs, and a few songs from like movies that they love, but never like, they don't really ever listen to anything like that because Mills is very vocal and she requests what she wants to hear. But for whatever reason this night I was singing Jolene. And she has now learned this little clip here. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Jolly, 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 Jolly. I take my man. Please don't take mom.
Good job. So now she's like, okay, Mom, let's sing. 1, 2, 3, go. And we sing it together and I love it. I'm trying to teach her 9 to 5 right now and she's just not wanting to cooperate though. And lastly, for the month of May, I gave the babies a haircut, which also means Ellis got his first haircut. So I had to put a little piece in tape and put it in his little baby book. I did the same thing with Mills. I don't plan on saving their teeth. I go as far as saving their hair. But that's it. I don't plan on having a little bag of baby teeth just laying it. I say that now. I might have to save a tooth. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling when these teeth start falling out. He did so good. I turned on Hercules because that is the key. Everybody always asks me how to get them to sit still. As far as like styling their hair, they can move around and do whatever. But if I'm cutting it, I need you to be still. So I'll turn the TV on. He still has a passy, so I'll pop that in his mouth. He sat right there and was so content. He was so good. I was so proud of him. Y'all know Sis has had her hair cut multiple times. I don't even know at this point what haircut this was, but this was the biggest cut I've done on her. So I cut like 3 inches off because it's been tangling so bad and she gets so hot. Still kept it pretty long though, but added her in some more layers and it was beautiful. She loves it, and I know at this point we're gonna address the elephant in the room, which are my children. I feel like with these updates, they have been more focused on them in the past and you seeing their faces and all these things. And I know I've gotten a ton of questions on Instagram when I do share stuff and people wanting to know if I'm not showing their faces anymore, then that means I'm not sharing their faces anymore. Nothing had to happen in order for me to not show their faces anymore. But it was just something within me that just felt like I needed to put some more boundaries in place. Something kind of did happen, not with them, but with me last summer in June. I had this stalker situation that lingered on throughout the remainder of the year. These are not things that I talk about because I don't want to give any light to those subjects, but it did happen. And it just made me like realize, though I know these things happen, it just really made things apparent that, you know, that happened. So I started being more and more strict with sharing them. And then I made the decision, I said after Christmas, I won't be sharing their faces anymore. I still want to share, you know, parts of their life and things that they're doing, but like I said, with boundaries. So I don't know what that's going to look like moving forward here on the channel. Especially for Vlogmas. Not only do I love creating those videos, and like I've said before, not for y'all, but for us to look back on. So when I look back at these videos, I want to see their faces and the joy in their face. So I'm going to have to figure out what that's going to look like for me as far as like from an editing standpoint. I think I'll be making 2 versions of videos, which is going to be a lot, but it is what it is. Kind of like one for our family and then one to post publicly. So I think that's what I've been praying about here lately, trying to figure out what to do. So if you have been wondering why you haven't seen them, you will not see them unless you know us in real life. You won't get to see their faces moving forward. If we did end up, and I've already said this, we've had this conversation, if we end up having a third child, I am not pregnant, but if we do have a third child, I would like to share the first year of their life like I've done with the kids, and then kind of like pull them away, if that makes sense. Because I feel like they change so much. And I had somebody comment on a video, they were like, well, it's too late now, we've already seen them. And I'm like, yes, you have, but you don't realize how much kids' faces change. And I know you've seen Meals for how many years? 3 years? But since the last time y'all seen her, she has changed so much. Her face has changed so much, and we live with her, and we have gone back and look at pictures, and me and Cody just the other night were looking, because she begs to look at Disney like videos and pictures we've taken from our trips, and we were just looking at one from last year around the same time y'all seen her last, and we were like, she has changed so much. Her face, just look at her face, like she doesn't have that baby face anymore. She looks like a little girl. It's not at all like I'm trying to keep them from y'all, but at the same time, it is our choice, and I know my numbers dropped tremendously on Instagram, and it was around the time that I stopped sharing their face, and that made me feel good because I felt like there were people there for the wrong reasons, and if you're not here for the right reason, then you can exit. I'm not here to please anybody. If you're only here to be looking at my kids and to be nosy, you might as well go ahead and leave. That's not what this is. This channel has always been about Paige Danielle. I mean, it is what it is. And what's going on in my life. That's what this channel has been. And I've gotten so many requests to do things from like old school, like back when I first started YouTube. So many requests for that time period. And that time period was before I had kids. And I was in a kind of almost depressed season. And that's why I turned to social media, because I just felt so alone. And because we wanted kids so bad, and I was, you know, we were trying, and it never seemed like it was going to happen. And then of course I go through that season, and then I move into the season of here. Now we're having kids, back-to-back kids, surprise kids, and I wanted y'all to be a part of that. And I need y'all to know that I am so thankful and grateful for y'all being with me through all of those seasons, but I ask that you continue to be with me through these upcoming seasons. I can't promise you what they're going to look like. I don't know what we're signing up for here. I know that I will continue to be a light for God and try to stay as your positive, happy place that you can always come to when you need some motivation, some inspiration. I want to be a place for not just moms to be able to relate, but just women in general. I've always wanted to be that safe place for y'all, and that's what Paige Danielle is going to continue to be. Am I going to share some mommy content? Absolutely, because I am a mom, and that's up at the forefront. So I'm going to continue to do that, but I'm going to share about my life, being a wife, being a mom, being a daughter, trying to be people's friend. So many facets of me, and I want to share those things. I am not just Mila and Ellis's mom. It's so easy to get lost in that, especially like for me when it was something you wanted for so long and now you have it, and you don't want to appear as if you're not thankful for it. But at the end of the day, we have to be good within ourselves. We have to be the best version of ourselves to be able to fall into these roles and be able to be so good at being a mom, be so good at being a wife, a friend, an employee, whatever your different titles are. We have to be good within ourselves to be able to do good with all those things. That's kind of where I'm going with this. That's where my TikTok has been. That's why I've enjoyed posting there so much, because it's not about me being a mom. It's about me being Paige and all the many facets of that. So I've really enjoyed that, and it's just been so refreshing to be able to kind of like start fresh over there. I'm not trying to start fresh here. I just kind of like want to pick up where I left off and just keep moving and continue to radiate all of the light that we are. I know this was a lot, and I'm going to want to slap myself when I sit down to edit this, but I had so much that I wanted to share with y'all. Some stuff that I probably could have left out, but there's going to be some people that wanted to see all the things, and I wanted to make sure I included everything. I put on makeup and fixed my hair for y'all. Anyway, let me know if you enjoyed this down below in the comments. If you didn't enjoy it, don't let me know. I'm in the process of planning out some more videos. My plan is to upload every 3 months, like I said. Because I'm behind, I do plan on posting next month. So you're getting another video sooner. So let me know what you want to see. If you're interested in that whole like home thing, if you want me to do like another compilation video like this, if you want to see any kind of routines that have been updated, tell me what you want to see. so I can do it. Okay. Anyway, I don't know what we're doing for the rest of the day, but now that I'm fixing my hair and done my face, I really hope we go eat somewhere because I ain't in the mood to cook. These young'uns is up. At least one of the two is up because I can hear them. So I'm going to go and handle that. I have loved sitting and chatting with y'all during this nap time. I can't believe we just went over all of this. And I'm going to tell you how many times I had to restart this camera because it kept cutting off. Anyway, I love y'all. I know you're ready for this. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye. Oh yeah, subscribe. Thumbs up. What is all the mess? It's been so long, I don't even know. But do all the things, okay? Bye.
Let me tell you.